Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here. My name is Salim. I'm your host tonight, and we are here with the maestro A.R. Rahman. It's his birthday, so please wish him, guys. Happy birthday, Rahman. Really happy to be here chatting with you on your birthday, and I'd like to thank the Facebook team, the live Facebook team, and the QK team to make this possible. It's a lot of, this has never happened, where at least when I'm concerned.
Yeah, definitely. And, it's exciting.
Yeah, it's a great thing they've set up here. So, and I'm very happy to be here to chat with you.
Welcome to Chennai.
Thank you. There is a lot of people who've sent a lot of good wishes and a lot of birthday wishes to you, and a lot of people have a lot of questions, and they all know that this is a live chat. But before we get onto that, I thought I'll ask you a couple of questions because it's been a long time we've chatted.
Sure.
And and it's really nice that I get this opportunity to do this, to host it on your birthday. So, I was thinking these days when you compose a song, when you compose a song like Kehna Hi Kya or Chupke Se, those are some of my favorite songs.
Okay.
Do you compose them and then think like, oh, I've done this before, and let me try something else? Or do you nurture them and do you progress with them? When you compose songs like you've done before, your first attempt on the piano when you write a song, and you know that this is special, this is very AR.
I never think like that. I think it's a kind of a vibration where you feel you are in that spot of melody, and it's, I think, mainly because of the inspiration of what the script is doing, or the character or the artist, or what it's doing, or lyric. So that actually inspires the whole thing.
Right.
And things keep changing. Every decade things are changing.
Of course, yeah.
And I was actually listening to some of the old stuff, a week back. Suddenly somebody had it on an MP3 and I was listening to it. And I felt like many things have changed for the good now.
Right.
That what's happening now, but the clutter is so much that people are not that calm, and that's not focused to what they're listening. It's a nostalgia attached to many things. And but there is an inner conscience in me which says this is happening, this has got something, and those things always surface up.
Right.
Sure. Like if you take Mungil Kaadu, Mungil Thotam from Kadal, it's a Tamil song, but when we did it, I didn't even notice that it's a good tune.
Correct.
It was actually an alternate for Nenjukule. But Mani ji took that tune and he said, can we make one more song out of this tune?
Beautiful. Nice.
And it was a very unpredictable tune, and the progression was going on. And when I heard it, once he approved it and heard it, I really totally loved it. And then we didn't have the lyric writer. He went to, Vairamuthu went to Kodaikanal for a holiday.
Okay.
But we had this urge to finish it. And so we took one of his book, opened it, and there was Mungil Thotam.
Oh wow.
What he had already written, and it fell into place.
Beautiful.
And when I did it, I felt that there's some kind of magic in this tune. So let's go fully into it.
Right.
And the song was done.
And you have an amazing connect with Mani sir. Like some of your best work definitely is some of it is more. I mean, most of it actually is Mani sir's movies.
I think it's like when you start, it's like a home.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think I was lucky to get the best as a friend, a mentor, and even now I think we have a kind of rapport.
Amazing. Yeah.
And it's beyond material means and everything. You want, it's kind of like affection, which is
sure.
Like I think each composer has that.
Of course, a connection with filmmaker. Yeah. Sure. Almost everyone is inspired by you, Rahman. Everyone.
In a good way.
Of course, in a good way. I mean, musicians, listeners, composers, singers,
Thank
to an extent that some composers literally are emulating your sound, and you kind of borderline copying you. But in a good way. Like they're very inspired by your sound and your style and your
Yeah, I
composition.
think it used to happen. Now I feel like they are finding their own sound. They are finding their own sound, and many people I'm pretty
No,
thrilled.
that's nice of you to say that.
It is true, and it's consciously going away from things which could be like sounding like me, and so that's a good thing. I feel very good when I hear that from people, when I hear some stuff, and I'm a big fan of your Shukran Allah.
Oh, thank you.
I was going somewhere to my home in Powai, and suddenly this came in at a very down moment. It was
Oh,
very pleasing.
thank you so
I
much.
think I called you immediately.
Yes, you did. You did. It's amazing. Like somebody asked me just yesterday that why don't you make more music like Qurban, and so I didn't have any answer because there's so many. I could have told him a story, and so then it struck me that when I'm coming tomorrow to Chennai that I'd ask you the same question that why. I'm sure you when you compose a song like you must be thinking like I want to do a movie like Bombay again. I want to do a movie like
No,
Roja
it should
again.
not. It should not, because it's very tempting to do that. But the moment you do that, people are going to say, it sounds like that.
But Rahman, don't you think your fans, all of us actually want a Kehna Hi Kya, want a Roja, want
It'll
a,
come, I think, when I think things have changed.
right?
Who's going to the theaters anymore?
You're right. But people,
Who's sitting
but people,
Who's writing a story like that anymore?
sure, you're right.
And when you just pause for a moment, people are getting up. So you're constantly, you have to,
that's a
in the
big change.
screenplay, you have to attack 4 different things at the same time. Otherwise, he's going to tweet, he's going to do something, he's not engaged. Engagement in a movie is more important. But
WhatsApp.
I don't think you can have a song where, like Kehna Kya, and people are going to sit and watch that movie.
I
I don't know, unless it's a super brilliant screenplay where.
But there are people, Rahman, in this world who want to listen to.
Yeah, but then there should be an album.
silence.
It can't be a song in a movie anymore. I feel.
Really?
That's what I feel. Yeah.
I'm really, you're right. You're absolutely
That
right.
phase of
But
time.
I think
that
you and
phase
me
of time.
should.
When I did Kehna Kya, they said nobody composes like Naushad Saab, Madmo, and that phase, because that phase of time required that beauty in the music.
Sure.
Not that music should not have beauty anymore. It's a different kind of beauty.
Sure.
Things have. If you don't move on, that's it. You'll be wiped out.
Yeah. And so people are,
Unfortunately.
and that moves on to my next question,
Yeah,
which is
sure.
people are really, these days, there's a lot of EDM culture which is, brewing, and a lot of movies are having that sound now.
Yeah.
And
I think it's a bit overloaded, and
yeah. What is your take on it? Do you like?
I like it, but it's not worth just that on TV.
Right.
There's so much of beauty in Indian music. There's so much beauty in melodies, which
Yeah.
I think it's not it's more commercially driven, because the company wants something like that, a dance track, or maybe, I don't know who's to be blamed.
Yeah, but I think most
But I
of it are-
feel for my audiences, I think they don't want something like that from me. What I feel is that when I do an English album, yes, maybe, but in India, I think they expect something
more rooted and
not rooted, I would say, like something what Urusi did that time, which was completely different from
right,
what was happening mainstream,
right,
like my own route.
yeah,
And I
or
feel
like
that's-
Tiruda for that matter.
Yeah, maybe.
I love that song, by the way. It's such a.
That was a face.
It was. I mean, that whole album was phenomenal. Tiruda. All right. So I have a lot of questions, but my last question, personal question, before we move on to the fans, is I know that you've collaborated with a lot of amazing, incredible geniuses like Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Sahab, and of course Lata ji and Asha ji and many others, and so many international artists. But how would you? Are you open to collaborating with somebody who's young and upcoming in either in India or elsewhere, how would they approach you? Like, I mean, there are so many people who would want to, who are nice, who are good, who are talented, and who have something very special by, you know, a God gift. And they would like to collaborate with you.
Of course.
And are you open to that?
I find them.
Okay,
normally I find them on YouTube.
That's awesome.
Like, you know, Janita,
Yeah,
and then the Nuran sisters.
Yes.
They're all, I just browsed on YouTube
that's phenomenal.
and found them, and then we called them, and they just charmed.
So clearly, digital platform is really your ticket. I mean, you know, there's so much you can do.
Yeah, things keep changing.
with
For
Facebook
now it
and
is.
YouTube and, you
now
know,
it
whatever.
is. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or day after.
No, but for upcoming talent,
Yeah,
isn't it really a great vehicle to, you know?
There's no
just
more
put your-
fort people holding. Okay, this is my territory. No,
Right.
it's all free and it's
Yeah.
democracy. It's amazing.
And the world is your
Yeah.
your own. Yeah. All right, let's move on to some of the fans. There's Sujata Rajagopal who wants to know which is the most difficult song that you ever composed, and what's the possibility to win the Oscar this year?
Oh God, that's
So let's
two questions.
yeah, okay.
The many songs which it's not difficult because it's difficult. It's difficult because I might be in a phase in my life which won't coincide with what we read. I may be too sad, but it requires an EDM track. Or I may be too happy to do a very sad track.
That's a good one.
So I think in a way we all learn to compartmentalize our brain to say that personal life is separate, your creative life is separate, and you should. So in many cases, every movie I think has one,
Right.
but it happens most of the times it happens.
And
What are the possibilities to win an Oscar?
Yeah.
I don't even know. If ever we get nominated, there's one nomination or whatever next week. There's a possibility, but I don't know.
awesome. Okay. At DT Cinema wants to know which younger generation music director is very promising in your opinion.
I think all of them who come out now are really, really good. They are very, they have the vision. Like we take Amit Trivedi or Sachin, we take Santosh Narayan from
Sachin
this.
Jigar.
Yeah, Santosh. I think they all have. It's about the consistency. How we all get burnt out, and what keeps us regenerating. I think the learning keeps us regenerating. That's the clue, I would say. If we keep learning, I think we all can survive
Yeah, they say
and
when
go
you-
in depth to music.
That's
And that's the frustrating thing.
Yeah.
How old you become, you feel like you don't know anything,
right.
and there's so much to learn.
Right, sure. Oh wow, thanks. Okay, so I was, I was thinking about when I boarded the aircraft, and I was thinking that how when I make music with Suleiman, we like to create a lot of devotional music. Try and at least put one or two in a movie when we're doing it. If there's a situation, if there is a sad situation, we would. And I think you have, that's one of your huge strengths, that you've created such an incredible, songs like Khwaja Mere Khwaja and so many more, Pia Haji Ali and
Opal and Hare.
yeah, and also the one in Rockstar,
Kun Faya Kun.
Kun Faya Kun, and such incredible songs which have such beautiful devotional quality, and that's I think a great connect which we have. Like we've always done that, and and I know that you also created a Sufi ensemble at the KMMMC school.
Yeah. The KM, I think the main idea for creating those, now we have a Hindustani ensemble,
Okay.
we have a Sufi ensemble, we have a jazz ensemble, and then tonight there's a special announcement happening
Oh wow,
at 12 o'clock, and that's a completely different take on.
that's wonderful.
Some of them are from the college too.
Okay, that's great. And also your project, which is called Wings of Jibril.
Yeah, that is after 3 years of performing just to consolidate everything, make it a wholesome experience. Well, your question about devotional music is
Yes.
always fascinating because we know that the stuff we know always limits us.
Yes.
The unknown always excites us. The unknown always intrigues us and keeps our thoughts and takes us to that level.
So true.
And that's the reason why devotional songs have that quality.
Yeah.
It becomes timeless because
That's the one. It becomes timeless because also it's, I mean, history has proved it that, you know, devotional music has been on for centuries. You know, and that's it makes
there's a kind
it
of
timeless.
surrendering in it, which
Right.
at least in the East we still carry that.
Right. Yeah. And it not only just brings peace to you, but peace to so many people, and it's timeless, and it goes on and on. It can go on for centuries. So it's great to create that. Let's move on to the next. Am I going too fast?
No,
It's
fine.
perfect, right? So at Raki wants to know, how is that every song you compose for Mani sir is so much more soulful, and how is that the chemistry is still fresh? I think you answered that, but
Yeah, I answered
if you
it.
want to add that, how is the chemistry still fresh?
I don't know. It's respect, I think.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Actually, I think the truth is, all of us have a limitation, and sometimes you're pushed beyond your limitation, or physical limitation, or time limitation. But you can be truthful for at least one. The other ones, if there is enough time, there's enough resources and everything,
Right.
we just give it fully. Especially in Hollywood, they give like 2 months
Right.
to do whatever. Do whatever you want, but in 2 months. There's no,
But-
okay, let me get a good thought and do it another 1 month. Oh yeah, sure, we'll go to the next composer. So
Really.
Hollywood's like that.
But even I hate
Mostly,
to
I
call
think.
Bollywood, but Indian film industry is like that. I mean, if you, and what is your take about these multiple composers now in
I think it's good and bad. It's good for commercial cinema,
Sure.
like item songs and stuff. You know that certain song is working, so take it rather than struggling with another composer to write that hit song. But you don't. It's like some weird examples are coming, but
No, give the weird example. It's fine.
but I think for certain movies, I think it needs to have a single song
Yeah.
just to maintain. For that, you need super expertise and super talent to make it all one.
You're right.
But
And you've done, you've been doing so much work back there in LA and in Hollywood. I know that you've been asked this question before, like how is your experience different and whatever. But what I wanted to ask you is more technical, is when you write a song for a director in Hollywood, obviously for him it's very new because the music of the movie there is the score, and the song is just it's used in part of a score. So how is it like, how does the director mostly react when he hears a song?
I'm still actually finding the ground in Hollywood. Like certain people know my stuff. Certain people know, like when the DreamWorks movie I'm doing, Monkeys of Mumbai,
Right.
they want my stuff. They know my stuff. They know the things which
They know
happen in
your
India. Yeah. So even we try again and again. It's like a 3-4 year process. Already 3 years have gone by. But when you're doing a movie with a person like Craig or somebody who worked with me for the first time, $1 Million Arm.
But that had quite a few songs.
Yeah, it had a lot of songs.
Yeah.
And in fact, they used a lot of other songs, and I slowly started composing and started replacing them. And
Sure, like they used as cues.
yes, so
temp cues.
that was happening. And again, they're more used as a rhythmic element or just
Right.
the feel of it, not in-depth lyrics. Or
Sure.
and in the case of 100-Foot Journey, last year I was a big fan of melodic stuff, and so I did the song My Mind Is a Stranger Without You and I took my own initiative and I played it to him. He loved it.
Nice.
But the studio felt like it should be more like a dhamaka song. So they put the Afreen song back.
Okay.
That's a final thing. So many decisions are taken instinctively on.
Right.
They feel like there are too many people deciding things there. Though there's a director actually.
But isn't that the same thing happening here?
Not here. I think mostly the director takes a call.
Well, the record label.
That's now it's coming up now slowly. God bless you all. I'm happy.
Well, I guess, but so you think that, well, it's kind of difficult in Hollywood. I mean, there are too many people. There's a studio, there's a director,
there's a panel of 12 people sometimes.
Yeah.
So
it's like
telling about a queue.
It's kind of like making like a commercial, like an ad.
Because
like
I think
I
was in the ad field, so it is not something new.
Yeah.
Or the client wants a symbol change in the end. It was like, wow, okay. Or he wants that note one which comes on the face of the the girl changed. Stuff like that. Something sometimes really weird.
Yeah. And when
they sometimes tell about progression. You should not go to the -6 there.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's good, right? Because at least the guy knows his music.
No, but it's good as a score. You can't just go and tell,
somebody like that.
That's fine.
So, but it's nice that you don't get offended by someone telling you that.
If you can see the tone of it, it's about they're telling that in a goodwill that
right.
Somebody else should not say that. So I'm telling this to you.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes
amazing.
it's about because I'm telling it, change it. Those are sometimes like that.
But I know that in Chennai, especially in this industry here, that there are a lot of the directors here are very, very talented, and they're very musically rich, and they know their music, because obviously in Carnatic music starts in the temples.
I don't think not anymore. I think that generation is gone.
But in general, people
the last
more
big one, Mr. Balchandar was a pioneer in that. He used most of the beautiful rags, and he created scenes with that. K. Vishwanath. The ones who know music are very, very less now.
But in general, like, people know music, in South India, because it starts from the temples, and it's it's the culture has been such, and so it's more music literate. This part of the country is definitely more music literate, I think, which is
nice
a good
to see
thing.
that way.
So don't you feel like it's easier for you to communicate with directors here, where they understand, I mean, immediately when you write a song which is based on a raga, there's obviously a certain bliss.
No, I think they only see the vibe. They don't see the raga, they just see the vibe.
That's I like that. All right.
Oh, this vibe is good. Oh, there's too much Carnatics. Please change it a little more commercial folk. We get that all that year. I just finished a movie called Kavya Talavan, based on 2 actors. And so we had to stick with certain genre of music, but had a liberty of going 30 years here and there, so people won't get bored with the same sound.
Nice. But do you, like, when the director tells you something, you can sense that now, after the director is now talking to Oscar winner A.R. Rahman, and he's obviously.
No, I don't make them feel like that.
No, but but sometimes let's say you make a song and you playing it to somebody. Let's say Imtiaz is a lovely guy, I know him very well. But a director who's working with you for the first time, he's kind of like a little shy and a little scared that I'm working with AR. And so do you sense that? And then you feel like maybe how do you sense that he really likes it or he doesn't really like it? So let's say you play a song and he would say, yeah, it's nice. Do you sense that he
No, sometimes like when I worked with Gautam Menon for the first time. So he picked up whatever I gave. I'm like, is he really liking it?
But
I think it's also fascination which they have sometimes, and so whatever he liked, I developed, and that's Vinit Andivari. That soundtrack. It worked out. People seem to like it and all this stuff. So we're working for the second time or third time now.
Wonderful. Yeah. I remember 8 years ago when you turned 40. I actually, this was something which I was telling you earlier, and then something happened and we could not finish this. I wished you, I called you and I wished you happy birthday, and I think it was your 40th or 41st or something, and you just won the film fair for Rang De Basanti. And at that point, I wished you and you said, I can't believe I'm 40, and these were your words, and I remember this because I've just turned 40, and So
Welcome to the club.
thank you. Life's just begun. And so I think you told me at that point, no, I'm sure you told me that, I don't want to just keep doing film music.
Yeah.
I've turned 40 now, and I think it's time for me to do something different.
Correct.
Not just do film music. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that, and I'm still thinking the same thing.
Yeah, but it's incredible because after that you've done,
the school and all the stuff.
You did so much, and I remember this conversation with you and me in a car when we were going to visit. You were coming to my new studio.
Correct.
And you were telling me that why don't we, get together and create a school.
I told that? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, a music school. And maybe you can, join hands with Whistling Woods and, create a music curriculum. And at that point, Subhash Gai was in, and I think while you were telling me this, you already had
no, I didn't have
a vision.
I didn't have any vision. It came overnight. And one of the birthdays, actually, on 2008. I said, okay, so let's announce something on the birthday. And I was like, let's announce a school. And it could be a free school. I initially wanted a free school. Just as
and then I was telling you that, but Rahman, it's so difficult to kind of create a syllabus. And the whole conversation I remember with you in the car was, you were saying that, and we are facing that same problem, like in Bombay. Most of the youngsters, they want to either pick up a laptop or get onto learn how to spin and DJ and stuff, and no one wants to pick up an instrument, learn the violin, and there's a huge problem because many years later, a few years later, I know that we may not have so many string players, and so many horn players and so many. So it's very important to kind of form.
Yeah, that's the reason why I picked kids who would be faithful to the profession. They are underprivileged now. They get a social upliftment, and I envision, because there are other kids coming in, but they have social responsibility. They have to answer the fathers and mothers saying that, oh, my son, all those things. I think there's a huge thing we have to tackle in music profession.
Right.
The successful ones earn a lot of money, fame and everything, but there are no seconds and thirds.
That's a good point you said when you said seconds and thirds. And
you know why?
We were talking about it before.
Yeah, we're talking about it. Nobody wants to become a core team or like a music editor, music supervisor, knowing assistant. Music assistant. Because for becoming an engineer, you need music,
right?
Knowledge. To become a music editor, you need a music knowledge.
Right.
Then to become an orchestrator, arranger, maybe music media head. When you know music, everything could change. We could make people's lives much more better. And these are all jobs which pay a lot of money.
Sure.
When I go to Hollywood, I see these people, composers doing music editing, composers doing music supervision, composers doing mixing, composers. Wow. Yeah. So the composers who are not that busy go to the number 2 jobs.
Sure.
And they're doing something great because they're making a team with the other composer who's having a lot of movies.
Wow.
And things move on. So these are the jobs, hidden jobs for people who come out of music schools.
Sure. And it's the other way around, where the music assistants actually want to.
Which is good. I think it's a phase.
Yeah. And it's a good thing.
I was working like a slave for almost 14 years with other composers. And that's what made me really patient and
so was I.
Understand.
I was programming for a lot of, including you. I programmed once.
Yeah, of course.
So
I treated you well, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Well,
you didn't sleep for a couple of days, is it?
No. I don't sleep at nights anyway. So that reminds me. Let's come to that. Why? I mean, there's all this talk about you making music at night, and I mean, even I do that with Sulaiman. We're only night people.
You made it like a big myth.
But then I know that.
And now every singer who comes out on radio, I just keep, even if she sings or he or she sings at afternoon 2 p.m., they feel it's a high when they come to radio. Yeah, Rahman sir called me at 1 a.m. the night.
Yeah, it's like a big thing.
And I reached the studio by 3 a.m. and we started the recording. We finished by 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. I was at home. Everyone. And what is the charm of this? I mean, I have the answer for it because I have my own answer, but I wanted to
know from you, what is your experience about working at this post midnight or post?
No, there's nothing. It's just that it's not a 9 to 5 job where I say I start at 9 o'clock and by 5 o'clock when I'm at the peak of my creativity.
It's a 9 to 5 job. It's 9 p.m. to 5 a.m.
No, it's a thing about music. Music is when it's all heated up and you want to do something, you can't say, oh, now it's 6 p.m. Let's go home.
Yeah,
come back tomorrow morning. 9 a.m. It's not a job.
Exactly.
So tomorrow's a whole new day, whole new ideas, good or bad.
Sure.
So things change.
Right.
And then the beauty which you might have had in the mind is gone.
Yeah. But do you believe that at night there is a certain kind
It's
of...
not about night. It's just that going with the flow and finishing it.
Okay, so you're not really...
I'm not with...
This thing about that there's a certain silence at night.
No, that is there, of course.
Yeah. And there's everyone's like, their phone's not ringing.
That's absolutely.
Yeah. And you're in an alpha state where it's just...
I can't do that abroad.
You can't do it abroad, yeah.
No, because
everybody likes to sleep at a decent hour.
The whole system works. Now I created my own system where they understand.
But it's perfect. It's night in Chennai when it's day in LA, so it's perfect.
Yeah. Suddenly your agent calls, hey, there's an offer from this company. Then you have to. They get very upset if you don't pick up the call.
Yeah, because
I've been trying your phone call. I know you work at nights, but this is very important.
I see. Yeah. Wow. So that's quite a thing about working at night. I genuinely feel that working at nights also has its own peace and it's undisturbed and whatever. Generally, you're not taking breaks for food and whatnot. And wow. So let's move on to some other questions.
How many more questions are there?
Let's go on. I'm sure you're having a good time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So, is there this question is by @OLuckyLuckyO.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Is there one song? Okay, this is for you @OLuckyLuckyO. Is there one song composed by someone else that you listen to and say, "Wow, I wish this song was mine"?
No, I never wish that it's mine. I always feel that.
Or I wish this song was. Yeah. What is? Yeah.
Yeah. I told you that I liked your song a lot.
Oh, thank you.
Each one, I think sometimes each like Mithun. You listen to Maula or the Ashiki 2's song which he composed. You feel that the peace in his mind is being brought to the creativity and so each one has that spot where, like, not all my songs.
Sure.
It's done for different purposes. Like you picked Kenai Kya.
Right.
You picked whatever. So
Chupke Se. That's one of my
correct.
songs. Yeah.
So that has that zone, and it's like you like a song for various reasons.
Right.
Sometimes you like it for the arrangement. Sometimes you like it mainly it's for the melody, of course. Melody and what it does.
Sure.
And so like that, I'm really open, and I.
So can you name like a couple of songs?
Couple of songs.
2 or 3 songs, which you really like.
So I told about Mithun. I told about you.
Yeah.
Then,
but can you name the song? Tum Hi Ho.
Tum Hi Ho.
Okay.
And then.
And you said Shukran Allah. But you had once messaged me about a song which was Maula Mere Lele Meri Jaan from the movie Chak De.
Yes.
And I remember you said that it lingers. I still remember that message.
Yeah. I'm getting old. I'm 48 now. I keep forgetting.
No, I think it's just started.
I have good intentions.
No. I want to talk about a lot about the Continuum and the Harpeji and Kaima and there are so many musicians.
Atul, I think even I like
they're good.
A lot of stuff. Very Indian soul.
The song which Sonu Nigam sang, which is
that is beautiful. And even I watched one of the Marathi movies.
Right.
Which is, what is it called? I don't know. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's on the stage again.
Okay. All right. So that's 3 songs. All right. What was the happiest moment in your life? And this question is by @Dhanwat25615. I have to say the name.
Happiest moment in my life?
Yeah.
I think last year I had a lot of happy moments. One is I wanted to do a Sufi show fully.
Wow.
And we did it in Dubai called Wings of Jibril.
Yes.
and I was looking forward to what kind of feedback. They had really kind
Wow.
feedback.
That's
Then I did
wonderful.
a movie called 100-Foot Journey, and that kind of music I wanted to do for a long time in Hollywood.
Nice.
That's one. I'm working with one of the best directors from Iran, Majidi.
Yes, I heard about
So
it.
most of the sessions happened in Iran, Tehran. That was happy moment.
Beautiful.
Exciting and terrifying.
So there's not one, but there are many happy
Many.
moments.
Last year was
Last
very, very beautiful.
2014,
I hope this year gets better.
Of course, inshallah it will.
So,
So, what is this movie, Majid? It's his new one, which he's making. And
It's-
again based in Iran.
yeah, I'll tell you about it later.
No, I mean everybody wants to know. Or is it too early to say?
It's too early to say.
Okay, cool.
It's but it's a very beautiful movie.
Okay, wonderful. He's a great director.
Yeah.
Made lots of movies. This next question is by Neil Conto, and what would be your single advice to fellow composers for creating soulful music?
Oh my God.
I've picked the best questions. And there are like a
Yeah.
zillion questions, so I've just picked a few.
I think I worked with the director, Malayalam ad director, and he wrote something for the ad. It's for Sultan Gold. Me doing for. I think they were doing something beautiful. They're doing for 1,000 marriages, supporting social cause. So I really wanted to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, human beings are the only kind. Not everyone, like most of them. We always want somebody to watch us do something, and then we do that the best. But
Wow.
if you look at nature, the flowers, the bloom without even whether somebody is watching or not, and the trees. And so he said about how nature actually doesn't care, but it does just that, its duty, the way it's natural. And that really, really moved me. I think it's such a beautiful thought.
Absolutely.
If you go to real people, real artists, they should do things for their own self-esteem, self-satisfaction, and their self. Like Rumi has said, you're not a drop in the ocean, you're the ocean in the drop.
That's so beautiful.
So it's that you should have that in your mind. It's not about somebody else watching, somebody else liking, and it's about you finishing it to your satisfaction. Is your conscience really, really approving of what you do? Is that your best?
Right.
And are you enjoying? Will you go and buy that music? Will you go and hear that song which you've done? Is that the best you can do? Because you are the ocean in a drop.
That's so beautifully put.
Beautiful, right?
That's
Yeah.
very well.
I think that's what.
Yeah. But you know, we composers sometimes when you write a song, you know that it's half-hearted. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you know that okay, you can do better.
Many things are like that, but unfortunately there is a
But
question
then
of.
you know that okay, maybe I'll produce it very cool. I'll try and.
No,
put
but that
some-
also adds a lot.
Yeah, sure.
Also.
So it's like it's one whole journey.
It is,
putting
yeah.
the melody and the
I
production
was
together.
working with Jeff Foster. We're mixing Majid's movie, and I was telling him, "You need more time for this." So he said, "This, you have to see the triangle. The triangle is the truth. And what is the triangle? It's quality, speed, and cost. You can only get two at a time."
Wow.
So I was looking at it. No, we can beat that. We can beat that. But that's the real fact. For any normal human being now, racing with the system,
Right.
that's the truth. But if you try hard, you can beat it.
Sure. Nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible. But that's the truth.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're given a time. Sometimes you're pulled into many other things of life, and how you cheat life
Right.
and make that possible.
Sure. What is home for you now? I mean, I
What's
know
home?
that this is home, but then
Chennai.
LA is home as well, and then
No.
I know that you have something in Mumbai, in Powai, and I heard that you had something in London as well, and then you were just juggling between all. But Chennai, obviously.
Chennai is home actually.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's not worth shifting everything. Nobody wants to shift. Everybody's lazy.
Of course.
I said,
Yeah.
would you come with me to LA and let's stay there for like a year? No, you go. We'll just come for shopping.
Right. Of course. But so when you come home to Chennai, you feel like you're home. That's it.
Well, Chennai is not a Bed of Roses. And I wouldn't say it's the most inspiring place.
But that's where you were born.
Yeah, I think somewhere spiritually connected here.
Of course. Yeah.
And you, like the school, when you go to the school, it's like an oasis. You feel the college is like all the people from different districts, kids come and study there, and you feel like there's like suddenly you have a garden at the backyard of
Beautiful.
your house, and then all kind of butterflies and birds come and in the spot. It's like that. If you go to this college, it's like that, and it's beautiful. And then you realize the purpose of what each individual can do in a city, to change the city.
Do you ever feel sometimes that you should, like I feel this sometimes, that maybe I should stop what I'm doing and just study for like 3 months, something which I really want to. Like when I bought the harpeggi, I just want to stop what I'm doing and I just want to practice playing that because it's so beautiful.
I think we have to find micro time each day. You can never do that because your system, after you are 17 or 18, you can't do that. Because life takes you have to pay the taxes, you have to answer your wife, to the kid, and that and this, and and press, and so things pull you away. But you can find those micro spots where every day. I learned actually Arabic learner from 94 to 97.
Wow.
And my teacher said, you have to spend 1 hour with me. So whoever comes there, I would just disappear for 1 hour. And my heart will be like, oh, I had to finish that chord, I have to finish this program, concentrate. And it was an impossible thing to do at that point of my life. I was so busy, but I did that.
But you did it.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah. And what's your new, what's your new toy now? I know that Continuum was, and then Harpeggi happened. And then I actually got inspired, seeing one of your National Geographic videos of Continuum and of the Happeast, and then I called and I ordered myself one and I got it.
No, whatever it.
So I heard that you have I saw something with the Kaima and with you, the Continuum being the master. Oh, that's a secret.
Secret. We'll talk about it later.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I think I don't want to let you go because I know it's your birthday and
No, I'm okay, fine.
But we have a lot of people like who've posted some questions online.
Okay.
So can we get them? It's not here.
Are people watching?
Okay. Yes. So Inod Srinivas says, Rahmanji, as you being a biggest part of the movie for which you compose, it's behind the screen. When will you come on screen?
What do you mean?
Well, that's his question. We are awaiting to see you soon as a hero of the movie.
No way. No way.
No way, Vinod Srinivas.
I'm very, very happy doing what I'm doing, music. Okay. And I think music is a gift which comes to, I think, very few people. As a composer, I feel, there are extraordinary composers, but how many get noticed?
Sure.
So God has given some recognition and a gift which I need to develop, and I want to make as many songs as possible within my lifetime. And the only thing I'm doing other than sidelining is probably script writing and making my movies, which would help me now have a different palette of soundscape and songs, and that's what I'm trying to do.
That's wonderful. Wish you all
but
the
I'm
best.
Flattered. Thank you.
Yeah, that's true. But wish you all the best for your movie production.
We're actually sitting in the office.
Yeah, so this is the movie office.
This is the movie office, the launch.
Wonderful. Abdul Razak says, Sir, my question is, when you make a tune for a film, are you really satisfied with the director's choices? Did you ever believe some of the director's choices were wrong?
Yes, I think sometimes you know that you're giving something good and then they throw that out and they say, no, the hero wants this. Recently we had a problem like that.
But is it still happening with you?
It's still happening. You need to make people happy. And then when people say, why did you do this music? I was like, I'm sorry, director wanted it.
But
you know, you need.
it's happening to you still.
No, it's a teamwork.
But then.
But sometimes they
But then
they pick the stuff which I don't like and become super hit. So I need to give them credit of that.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah, like Munbewa, which is one of the biggest hit
Okay.
last decade.
You were not so happy with it.
Yeah, I thought it was a very sad tune, and he picked up. No, it's a beautiful tune.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah,
happened.
Krishna. So, both ways.
Honestly, when we made Shukranala,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I mean, I wasn't so 100% happy with it. I thought we could have made it better in terms of many different things, but
Oh, the sound of it is so beautiful.
thank you. Gautam Shriram, sorry, I pushed. Gitanjali Shriram just wanted to ask, what is your favorite genre and favorite instrument?
I don't have any favorite instrument anymore. There's so many new instruments coming up, and I'm still learning those. Like you said, you need to give like 6 months. That's not never enough. So I set up in a room where I find micro time, like 10 minutes or 15 minutes,
Right.
and try and then go back. Like the continuum, I'm still learning. It's such a beautiful instrument.
Right.
And now the C-board, they were kind enough to give me a piece of it.
The C-board is
The
a new
C-board,
one.
I used it in the
Same company.
Wings of Jibrail. No, it's a different company.
Okay.
The C-board is also very beautiful.
It's polyphonic and stuff.
Yes. And then the Happiest.
Yeah.
And now I think some of my friends from Intel, they're trying to design something for me.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
These are your school friends or something?
No,
like
I just
friends?
met in
just met.
Boston.
Nice. Anadi Abhilash is asking you, happy birthday, sir. You are A.R. Rahman, sir. You made the country very proud, bringing Oscar for the nation, and all the best for bringing it. Dear sir, I have a query. How your network QKey helps talents to move forward? Kindly let me know the process. I'm already working on a music album with my team. May I have your support to spread my work through your network?
I think QKey started with this intention, and I can see very amazing. The team at QKey doing amazing. You know, they're doing some stuff which I told them when I went to the new office that make my head turn. So when I went a couple of weeks back, they played me something which really made my head turn.
That's great.
And right now, I think they're really fine.
That's awesome.
And you can contact QKey. You can contact Samir, and he'll probably help you out.
That's awesome. Gautam Shriram asks you, can we expect a Zimmer Rahman collaboration soon?
You never know. Zimmer has been very, very kind. He's given me the invitation. It's my schedule, my movie, which I'm scripting, my production, my commitments on music, which I need to, because once you go in, you have to give that time.
You're also you're working in part of one of his. Is it part of the whole Zimmer complex, or is it your studios are separate?
My studios are now. I was in the same.
Right.
I had a programming room there, but now I've got
out.
my own space. Yeah.
Nice. So there's a lot of people who want you to play something since it's your birthday, and I know you've refused before, but there's a huge demand for you to do something simple. Perhaps the Bombay theme, which would be so beautiful for
Play on the piano. No. I'm going to do something in future.
Okay.
I'll which I told you about the Keema thing,
Right.
and probably I'll have a separate session for that.
Okay.
And so that will be something which I wanted to share with my folks on Facebook.
Nice.
You might have seen a sneak peek of that, right?
I saw a sneak peek of that. And
I want to
which was
perfect it and
really
then
cool.
play that. Okay.
Yeah, it's really wonderful. So, anything you want to say to your fans on this special day? Any new announcement or any new, anything new coming up which you want to tell your fans and tell us?
Okay, so there's something special coming up.
Okay.
I want to post something tonight. After 12, it's going to be posted. So do check that out.
Okay, cool.
And it's something very, very exciting for us in our team. We've been working on it for almost a year and a half.
Wow.
And they've been rehearsing for it for how many?
Oh wow.
So many sessions, and so that's going to come out. It's probably a teaser for the first time, and then.
Okay, so you're not saying it. We'll have
Yeah,
to.
you have to watch it out.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rahman.
Welcome.
Happy
Thank
birthday
you.
once again. Thank you so much. We're going to cut your
cut
cake.
the cake.
All right. I've actually come all the way here just to
Cake.
to chat with you and for the cake. So let's do this.
Thank you, Amit.
Wow. It says Happy Birthday, Rahman, sir.
Sir. Like Andrew Lloyd Sir.
Do you like chocolate?
You know that after 40 everything becomes.
There's no age for musicians. Yeah.
No, chocolate, diabetes. No, I don't have diabetes. Thank God.
All right.
You have a plate and. Let me get it.
All right. So are we all going to? Whoever's here, are we all going to sing in tune? I can play.
Yeah, please.
That'd be cool.
All right.
But that doesn't have. I think they put the. Oh yeah, cool.
Is this key okay? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rahman. Happy birthday to you. All right.
So I'll give you one piece.
That's special.
That's for you.
Yeah, because I played Happy Birthday for you.
Is that a plate? Okay, cool.
That's wonderful. Let me give you some.
You just pick this one.
All right.
All right, thank you.
It's for you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful live chat powered by Facebook Live and Qki. It's Rahman's birthday, and thank you for being here and witnessing such a wonderful chat. I've had the best time.
Yeah.
Thank you.